Hi my foodie family, stopping by showing you that I'm making a chili. I started the bacon already and I got that going. Yes, this is for the bacon lovers. Get your bacon is almost completely done, and at this point I'm going to add the ground pork and some ground beef. Let me change this around. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, so what I did, I cooked the bacon, and it's one package, which is about 12 ounces of bacon, and I drained the fat. Not all of it. I left a little bit because the pork is real lean and the meat that I bought is real lean. So, and I'm going the lazy way. Normally, I will make my own beans and let it cook for a few hours and stuff, but I'm going to do this one quickly. As soon as the meat's done, start adding everything to it. So what takes me a few hours will take me maybe about an hour. The meat's very lean, and I know you're probably not used to using bacon, but it adds so much flavor to it. And I like a lot of beef, a lot of meat on the chili. I have the heat on like a medium high. Make sure you keep on scraping the bottom so it doesn't burn, because all that is flavor down there. It's all from the bacon. And this one's not going to have too much beans. It just depends on the person. Some people like a lot of beans. Some people like a lot of meat. I'm one of those that prefer to have a lot of the meat in here. This thing here is about to fall on me. Let's fix it here. Okay. Scrape this off here. And I can continue to smash it a little bit more, but you want a little bit of chunk for the chili. Now I'm going to speed up the process today for the thickening of the chili, but I'll show you that in a bit. Okay, so I got red and green bell pepper and some onion. I'll post a link later on for this so y'all can have the recipe. And you can put more onion if you like. I got a small onion, and that's what I ended up using for this. And it smells so good in here. I love the way the onion smells. I use basically onion for everything. Okay, and let that cook, soften up a little bit. So what is everybody up to today? I've been out and about all day, busy. I've actually had a good day today. Woke up early. Then I get a call. You don't have to come into work. I'm like, yes, no work for me. I was already getting some breakfast when I got the call, so I ended up going to my son's work and taking him breakfast since he's going to pull a double. So I spent the morning there with him at his work. And then after that, I was still there. I was playing the scratch-offs, and I was just breaking even. I bought two $20 scratch-offs, and I won $20 back. Did two of the $5 and won the $5 back. Then I did another $5 one and won $10, so I profited $5 on that. Then I spent those $5 on smaller scratch-offs, and I didn't win anything, but I didn't lose anything, so I broke even. So I'm good with that. Then, oh yeah, and somebody bought me coffee there in the morning, which I was already getting it for free because my son was giving me coffee. So I got a coffee too. Then I went grocery shopping. Had some good coupons. Saved me at least 30 bucks on coupons. Did my grocery shopping for 2 weeks. I always shop for 2 weeks. I don't. And I always end up going back because I always decide, oh, I'm going to cook this, I'm going to cook that. So, okay. So I'm just waiting for the onion to get a little bit more caramelized or a little bit more cooked. You could start seeing it's looking translucent there a little bit. Are y'all going to be buying out today to eat, or are y'all going to be cooking something? And what are you cooking? I'm going to stay on live while this is cooking completely. So the video is going to be long. So you can come and go or stay. Okay. So to this, I am going to add garlic, some no tomate, and some chili powder for chili. Mix it up a little bit, let it cook a little bit. Smells good in here already. And I always start off with a little bit of spices because I can always add more spice. I don't want to start off putting a whole bunch of spices and then it's too spicy and bitter. So I start off with a small amount of spices. Okay, to that I'm going to add some green chili peppers from a can. The mixed corn that's a southern, I think it's southwestern or southern, something like that, corn. Mix that in there. Give that a mix. Oh, it smells so good in here. And this time around I'm making a different type of chili. Okay, and then to this, I'm going to add the fire roasted diced tomato. And I'll give the amounts later. I'll put the link to the recipe. And this is going to make a lot of chili. That's super thick. Okay. And let me go. I forgot one thing. And it's 1 container of your chicken broth. You don't have to put all of it. You can put half. Depends how thick you like your chili. And scrape the bottom because the bottom parts are where a lot of the flavor gets stuck to the pan. Just the color alone looks real pretty. Okay, I'll add the beans in just a bit. I'm going to let this cook off because the beans are already cooked. Like I said, I normally make my beans, but I bought canned beans this time around. So, I'm going to let that cook for a little bit, get those flavors incorporated with each other. Now, you want your bacon to be crispy because you don't want to be chewing into a bacon and it's going to be all gooey and everything. So, make sure it's crispy. Okay. I'm going to give this a little taste just to see if I need to add more spices to it. It's good just like that. Maybe once I add the beans, I think I'm going to add, that tastes good, a little kick to it. I'm going to add a little bit more of the tomate. Give it a little bit more of the salt flavor. And like I said, you can always add to it, you just can't never take it out. So don't try to add so many spices at one time and then you're not going to like it later. I've done that and it comes out real bitter. I used to do that a lot with my menudo when I first started making it homemade. I used to put all kinds of spices and everything, and I didn't like it because it was just too bitter sometimes because of the chili. You put too much chili powder on it, so. And before you know it, this is going to be done. It's a quick chili. It takes longer for you to cut up everything than it is for the chili to cook. And you can top it off with avocado, some more onions, some sour cream, some cheese. You can use all kinds of toppings. You can put some cilantro. Okay, so now I'm going to add the beans to it. Like I said, normally I'll make my own beans, but I was just being lazy. I've had a long day, so I'm doing a simple chili, which is basically kind of like a 30-minute chili. It's super quick. And I only added 16 ounces of the chicken broth. And I did drain out, like I said, the bacon fat from it. And only left a little bit just for the meat to cook. I will post the link later. That way y'all can either save it for later on Pinterest, the recipe, or you can see the video on YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube. I need subscribers. Okay. This is not your traditional chili. Give it a taste. There's a lot of good flavors going on here. You can actually eat it already. It's already done. But I like letting it cook a little bit more. Keep an eye on it though, because it doesn't have too many juices and it will dry out. So I'm just gonna let it cook for a few minutes with the closed lid. Get all that in there. And if needed, I'll add more liquids to it, but I doubt that I'll need any more because I want to keep it thick. What's your favorite chili recipe? There's so many out there. What kind of meats do you like to use? So I'm going to be cutting up some onions because I want to add onions to mine. And I think I'm going to add some cheese to mine. Moving things here around. Okay. And I want to check it because this is a Dutch oven and it gets super hot. If you don't know what a Dutch oven is, basically a cast iron pot. And the heat is even throughout the whole pot. If it gets real hot, you can actually put this in the oven and continue cooking it in the oven. it's safe to do that with lid and everything. So I can't wait for this to be done. I mean, it's done. You can eat it already. But I just want it to cook a little bit more, get all those flavors in together. Like I was saying, I'm going to cut some onion. I think, excuse me, I'm going to top my chili with some red onion and probably some cheese and avocado. That's what I want on mine. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of avocado. Some people like sour cream. Some people like to add cabbage. Some people eat it with crackers. Other people eat it with cornbread. Some eat it with tortillas. Like tomorrow, I'll probably be eating it with tortillas. I like it the next day. Warm it up and it's super, super thick. And I like eating it with tortillas. That's the next day. Today, I'm just going to eat it kind of like a little soup. Soup where, you're not going to believe it. I started this, including all the cutting of the items and cooking of the bacon and everything, at 4 o'clock. It's been 38 minutes, but that includes all the prepping of the, oh, it smells good. All the prepping of the cutting up of all the veggies that went into it. And I was actually putting up groceries in between because I had gone grocery shopping. Now at this point, if you want, totally up to you. If you like a thick juice, if you want it thicker than that, you can add a little bit of cornstarch with the diluted in a little bit of cold water, because if you throw it in here, it's just going to clump up. Don't do that. Get a little bit of water, a little bit of cornstarch mix, and put it in just a little bit, not a lot, because you don't want it super thick. You don't want a gravy, but you do want it to stick to the food, the little juices from here, then you can do that. We use this after it's made the following day. We'll put it on hot dogs. I can use it still and put more different spices to it, and I will use it for my enchiladas. There's a lot of ways you can use this chili. Let me get an avocado. So it's totally up to you what you want to put into it. So I'm going to cut an avocado here. You can add all kinds of things to it. The thing about chili, you can eat it whenever. This is a little spicy, but you can add a little bit more spice to it. It's totally up to you. There's a beautiful little avocado here. Okay. Can't believe this chili is done so fast. Okay, make sure you mix it. You don't want it getting stuck at the bottom of the pot. So I want a little bit thicker juice, so I mixed up a little bit of cornstarch with a little bit of cold water, just a little bit, and I'm just going to put a little bit on it, mix it, and see how thick that gets, because I'm going to rush it. I want it to be thick. I don't want to be waiting for a few more hours for it to thicken up. So this is my 30-minute chili. And make sure you keep on mixing it and scraping the bottom, because you don't want it to get stuck on the bottom. Make sure you put on an apron, because I'm going to lower the heat, because it is popping everywhere right now. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna add the rest of the cornstarch. I can always add water if I want it to be a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the heat because the stove is already hot, so it'll continue to cook. The fire roasted tomatoes give it a good kick, a good spiciness to it. So in 30 minutes, I have chili. This is the fastest chili ever. You're gonna like it. I think, like I said, it takes longer to prep everything. Ouch, it's hot. Popped onto my finger. Okay, so see how it's gonna be a lot thicker now that I added the cornstarch. But if you want a fast chili, this one's it right here. You don't have to add the corn to it. You can take that out, but I like it. You can use this for tostadas. You can use it, just get it and smash it, because you can smash these beans that are in here. It'll thicken it up. Put it on your tostadas. You could make enchiladas with it. Just eat it like that with tortillas. So let me close it for a little bit. Let me get me a bowl here. Okay, so I'm getting my bowl here ready. Let me finish cutting up the avocado. Now the way I like my chili, you'll find it in the salad aisle, little strips. I'll show you here in a little bit. These are for salads. They're little tortilla strips. That's what I like putting on my chili. Okay. I don't want to burn myself. It's going to be super hot. Every time I open it, it smells super good. And if you scrape from the bottom, you can feel the thickness from it. Okay, be careful just not to burn yourself. And I'll show you here in a little bit. Let me get some cheese, because I like cheese on mine. And you can use any type of cheese you like. It doesn't matter. Let me cover this up a little bit. I don't want it splattering me. Okay, so here's the chili. I already put some cheese. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the onion. I like red onion for this. And then I'll put some avocado chunks. And it might spill over, that's fine. A little bit of avocado here. And then some of the little tortilla chips. I think I might need a bigger bowl. And that's all to it. 30 minutes later, you have chili. So y'all have a good day. We'll see you. Love you guys.